Have you ever sat down at the end of a long day and felt like your legs just wouldn't move? Like they were weighed down by some invisible force? Or maybe you've noticed your feet swelling up, making every step a little harder than it used to be. It's something so many of us deal with as we get older, and it's often a quiet signal from our bodies that our circulation isn't keeping up the way it once did. Uh, Good blood flow isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for feeling strong and alive, especially in our legs and feet. It's what delivers oxygen and nutrients to keep them working while pushing away troubles like puffiness, achy veins that twist under the skin, or that deep, nagging tiredness that settles in too often. When circulation starts to falter, it's more than just a bother. It can leave you worn out, sap your energy, and in tougher cases, even lead to nerve trouble that throws off your balance or makes your legs feel numb. Our legs and feet have it rough, don't they? They're the farthest parts from our heart, and that distance means our body has to put in extra effort to pump blood down there and then pull it back up again. It's a big job, and things like sitting around too much, eating foods that don't nourish us, or even old habits like smoking can clog up the work. Add in challenges like high blood pressure or diabetes, and it's no wonder circulation can hit a snag. I've seen it time and again with friends and folks I've worked with over the years, people who thought they'd just have to live with heavy legs or tired feet forever. But here's where it gets good. You don't need to overhaul your whole life or turn to some expensive fix. I've spent a long time learning what keeps us thriving as we age, and I can tell you that some of the simplest changes, like tweaking what's on your plate, can make a world of difference. In this video, we're going to walk through 7 everyday foods that can get your blood flowing strong again, especially to those legs and feet that deserve a little extra love. These aren't just healthy, they're delicious, easy to find, and a joy to eat. Let's start with a real gem, pomegranate. Pomegranate is one of those foods that feels like nature's way of saying, I've got your back. I'll never forget my friend Mary, who was in her late 50s when her doctor sat her down and said her circulation was sluggish, her legs were swelling, and she was dragging through her days. She started sipping pomegranate juice every morning, just a small glass with her breakfast, and a few weeks later, she called me up, practically glowing. She said her legs felt lighter, the puffiness was fading, and she even had the energy to take her grandkids to the park. So what's going on with this ruby red fruit? It's loaded with antioxidants, fancy names like polyphenols and anthocyanins, that act like bodyguards for your blood vessels. They shield them from damage, calm down inflammation that can stiffen things up, and keep the pathways flexible so blood flows smoothly and easily. But that's not all. Pomegranate has these natural nitrates that your body turns into nitric oxide, a little molecule that's like a superhero for your circulation. It relaxes your blood vessels, drops your blood pressure a notch, and makes sure oxygen and nutrients reach down to your toes. Studies back this up too. Researchers have found that drinking pomegranate juice regularly can even help scrub away plaque buildup in your arteries, those nasty blockages that slow everything down. I like to think of it as a gentle spring cleaning for your blood vessels, keeping them wide open for business. You can sprinkle the seeds over a bowl of yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or just enjoy a glass of juice. It's a small step that feels like a treat, and your legs will thank you for it. Now let's spice things up a bit with our next food, ginger. I've always been a fan of ginger's zesty kick. It's been a staple in my kitchen for years, and not just because it tastes good. Picture those days when your legs feel tight, maybe a little cramped after standing too long. Ginger's got a way of loosening things up. It's got these natural warming qualities that wake up your blood flow, like turning on a gentle heater inside your body. The magic comes from compounds like gingerol, which work as vasodilators, fancy talk for something that widens your blood vessels and lets blood rush through. especially to those far off spots like your feet. I once told a neighbor of mine, Tom, to try ginger tea when he kept grumbling about leg fatigue after his shifts at the hardware store. He was skeptical, thought it sounded too simple, but after a week of sipping it in the evenings, he stopped by to say his legs felt less like lead and more like they could carry him again. Ginger doesn't just get things moving, it's a champ at calming inflammation too. When your blood vessels get inflamed, they can tighten up and slow the flow, leading to things like swollen legs or those pesky varicose veins. Ginger steps in to ease that tension, keeping everything elastic and open. Plus, it's great for soothing little aches like muscle cramps or that stiff feeling you get after a long day. Grate some into your stir fry, toss it into a soup, or steep it in hot water with a drizzle of honey. It's an easy, cozy way to give your legs and feet a lift. Now that we've got your blood flowing with pomegranate and ginger, let's keep the momentum going with some foods that pack a serious punch for your circulation. Next up are leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, or even that peppery arugula you might toss into a salad. These aren't just side dishes to fill your plate, they're like a secret weapon for keeping your legs and feet happy. I remember chatting with a lady named Susan at a community potluck a while back. She'd been struggling with high blood pressure and had heavy, sluggish feeling in her legs that made her dread standing up for too long. She started adding a handful of spinach to her meals every day. Nothing fancy, just stirred into her eggs or blended into a smoothie. And she told me it was like someone flipped a switch. Her legs felt less stiff and she wasn't puffing up around her ankles anymore. What's so special about these greens? They're bursting with magnesium and potassium, two minerals that work together like a dream team to keep your blood vessels relaxed and your blood pressure in check. Magnesium is a big deal because it helps your blood vessels stay open and flexible, letting blood glide through without a hitch. That's key for dodging problems like hypertension, which can put a real strain on your heart and slow down circulation to your legs. Potassium, on the other hand, is like a cleanup crew. It balances out the sodium that can build up in your system from salty snacks or processed foods. Too much sodium tightens your blood vessels, but potassium steps in to loosen things up and keep the flow smooth. Leafy greens also bring vitamin K to the table, which helps your blood clot just enough, not too much, to avoid blockages that can clog up the works. And don't forget the antioxidants like vitamins A and C that sweep away free radicals, those pesky troublemakers that can damage your vessels and spark inflammation. Inflammation's a sneaky culprit. It can make your blood vessels stiff and narrow, but these greens fight back, keeping everything supple and ready to carry blood where it's needed most. Toss some kale into your soup or whip up a quick spinach salad. It's an easy way to give your legs a little TLC. Let's shift gears to something golden and bold: turmeric. This bright yellow spice isn't just for curry, it's a circulation booster that's been a go-to in my kitchen for years. I once met a guy named Paul at a farmer's market, picking out turmeric roots like they were gold. He swore by it for his legs, which used to ache after long walks. He'd mix a teaspoon into his morning tea, and he said it was like the stiffness just melted away. Turmeric's power comes from curcumin, a compound that's a rock star at fighting inflammation. When your blood vessels get inflamed, they can tighten up and slow down the flow, leaving your legs feeling heavy or even leading to those twisty varicose veins. Curcumin swoops in to calm things down, keeping your vessels flexible and open so blood can move freely. It's also got antioxidant chops that protect against oxidative stress. Think of it as rust-proofing your blood vessels against damage from free radicals. I love how it doubles as a natural blood thinner too, helping prevent clots that could block the flow and cause bigger problems down the line. You can sprinkle turmeric over roasted veggies, stir it into a warm soup, or even mix it with a bit of honey for a soothing drink. It's a cozy way to keep your circulation humming. Now, Let's talk about something small but mighty: nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds. These little guys are often overlooked, but they're packed with goodness that can do wonders for your legs and feet. I had a cousin, Linda, who used to snack on almonds instead of chips, and she noticed her legs didn't feel as tired after her busy days running around with her kids. The secret's in the healthy fats, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated kinds that cut down inflammation and keep your blood vessels elastic. They stop plaque from building up in your arteries so blood can flow to your legs without getting bogged down. Plus, they're rich in vitamin E and polyphenols, antioxidants that shield your vessels from wear and tear. Walnuts bring omega-3s to the party, which ease inflammation even more and help your blood vessels stay wide open. Then there's the magnesium in nuts and seeds, which keeps your blood pressure steady and your vessels relaxed, perfect for avoiding that sluggish feeling. Flax seeds and chia seeds add a fiber boost too, which helps keep cholesterol in check and supports steady blood sugar, both big wins for circulation. Grab a handful as a snack, sprinkle them over your oatmeal, or blend them into a smoothie. They're a simple swap that can lighten the load on your legs. These foods, leafy greens, turmeric, nuts, and seeds, are like a trio of helpers, each bringing something special to keep your blood moving and your legs feeling good. We've already covered some amazing foods to get your circulation humming, and now it's time to wrap things up with two more that might just surprise you. Let's start with something we all love: dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. Chocolate isn't just a guilty pleasure. It can actually do wonders for your legs and feet. I'll never forget my friend Clara, who was always the first to grab a sweet treat at our book club meetings. She started switching to dark chocolate, the kind with at least 70% cocoa, after I told her it could help with the swollen ankles she'd been complaining about. A few weeks later, she pulled me aside and said her legs felt less puffy and she wasn't dragging herself around as much. What's the trick? Dark chocolate is packed with flavonoids, natural compounds that act like little cheerleaders for your blood vessels. They boost nitric oxide in your body, which relaxes those vessels, lowers your blood pressure, and gets blood flowing smoothly, especially down to your tired legs and feet. It's not just about the flavonoids, though. Dark chocolate's got a good dose of magnesium, too, which keeps your blood vessels calm and open, making sure circulation doesn't hit a snag. It also fights inflammation, a big deal when you're trying to avoid that heavy, achy feeling in your legs. Studies even show that eating dark chocolate in moderation can ease both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, taking some of the load off your heart and letting blood reach your extremities with less effort. I like to think of it as a little luxury that doubles as a health boost. Break off a square or two after dinner, melt it into your coffee, or even nibble it while you're watching TV. It's a treat that keeps your legs feeling light and lively. Just don't overdo it. A little goes a long way with this one. Now let's dig into our final food: beets. These earthy red roots might not look like much, but they're a powerhouse for your circulation. I once suggested beets to a guy named Jim, who'd been grumbling about leg cramps that kept him up at night. He wasn't thrilled about eating them at first, said they reminded him of his grandma's old recipes, but he gave roasting them a shot. A couple of weeks later, he caught me at the grocery store and said those cramps were fading, and he felt steadier on his feet. Beets work their magic with nitrates, which your body turns into nitric oxide, just like pomegranate. This little helper widens your blood vessels, cuts down blood pressure, and makes sure oxygen gets all the way down to your toes. But beets don't stop there. They're loaded with folate, a B vitamin that teams up with B6 and B12 to keep your blood healthy and fend off anemia, which can drag your circulation down. They've also got antioxidants called betalains that tackle inflammation and shield your vessels from stress, keeping them in tip-top shape. Research shows beet juice can even boost stamina by getting more oxygen to your muscles, so your legs feel stronger for longer. Roast them with a drizzle of olive oil, blend them into a smoothie, or sip some juice. It's a hearty way to keep your circulation strong. So there you have it. 7 incredible foods: pomegranate, ginger, leafy greens, turmeric, nuts and seeds, dark chocolate, and beets that can breathe new life into your legs and feet. Each one brings something special, whether it's opening up your blood vessels, calming inflammation, or giving your heart a helping hand. I've seen these small changes make a big difference for so many people, and I know they can for you too. It's not about turning your life upside down, just adding a few tasty bites here and there to your day. Pair these with a little movement, like a short walk or some gentle stretches, and you're setting yourself up to feel better than you have in years. What do you think? Any of these catch your eye? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're excited to try, or maybe share a story of your own. If you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips like these. Here's to keeping your legs strong and your spirit high, because you deserve to feel great at any age.